Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Carmen and it's almost the end of the year. It's almost Christmas actually. So around this time, everyone starts thinking, what am I going to do differently next year? I'm going to lose that weight. Yeah, right. Or for us plant tubers or plant YouTubers, we start thinking, what am I going to get next year? What are some of the plants that I want next year, right? So I'm going to be sharing with you today my realistic plant wish list for 2020. Now I do have another video coming up where I'm going to be sharing with you my succulents and cacti that I want to put out in my balcony. But today it's all about realistic plant wish list. Okay, so stay tuned. So when I started thinking about this video, because I had seen some other plant tubers put out their 2020 wish list, and there were a lot of very rare plants that were very expensive, hard to find plants, and I thought, okay, should I do something like that? I mean, really, am I ever going to get a Thai constellation with, you know, my fixed income or my space? So I decided to do a realistic plant wish list because this year I really want to expand more of my collection, add more to my collection as far as plants that I may already have, but I want to get some more to add to that particular collection. So that's when I came up with a more realistic plant wish list. These are plants that I will probably more than likely throughout 2020 go ahead and get. I do have one at the very end that maybe like December of 2020 I'll get it if the prices come down. But most of them, or the rest of them, are very easy to find, whether it be at a local nursery, a big box nursery, or online, and are reasonably priced. Okay, so let's get started. Number one, I want to add to my philodendron collection, and I want to get the Philodendron Rio, the SilverStripe. You see in the picture here, it looks a lot like the Brazil, except it has that silver stripe down the middle. And I believe the SilverStripe is a little bit more defined as opposed to the Rio, where you know, the stripe can be, that line stripe can be a little bit wider and a little bit more diffused or scattered even. But it's a wonderful, easy plant to grow just like the Brazil or the heartleaf, and it makes a great trailing vine, or trailing plant rather, or a vine growing up on a totem pole. And that's something that I want to add more to my home. I want to add more hanging plants. Some of you know that my daughter is getting married in February, and I already have plans for her room. I am going to make it my studio / plant room. I'm going to be having some not only shelving in there, but hanging plants too. So that's one of the ones that I want to add to my collection. Number two is the Spathiphyllum. I cannot say that word. Spathiphyllum peace lily variegated, which I think sometimes is referred to as a domino. And I do have a regular peace lily, a little one, but I really love variegated plants, whether it's in succulents and cacti or house plants. I really love the variegation in them. And this one has a really nice creamy white that's kind of splattered through the leaf. And it still gets the same flowering as the regular peace lily, the dark foliage peace lily. But I think that one will be great for me because, like the regular peace lily, the darker green leaf one, it is great in low light. And living in an apartment with these facing windows, but limited amount of windows, I have a lot of darker areas, low light areas, and I think that one will fit perfectly into my collection and add a little drama with its variegation too. So number two is the variegated peace lily or domino. So number 3 is actually going to be starting a collection for me, meaning that I don't have any of these. And I specifically don't have any of these because up until very recently, my humidity in my home was very, very low. Living in Arizona, you know, in the winter, humidity can be like 15% or something like that. So recently I got my Levoit humidifier, and it's changed everything for me as far as opened up new doors as far as plants that I can get now. So I want to get number 3, the Colegionada. I recently saw one at a local nursery and I just fell in love with it. So I want to start my Calathea collection with the Colegionada, that nice green leaf with the pink stripe on it. Such contrast between those colors, and I just think that now with the humidifier I can really give it a good home to come to and grow here. But I just really love that pink striping on it, and it also has that burgundy under the leaf. Just love that beautiful color. But again, you know, Calatheas require that high humidity, so I want to bring that one in and start my Calathea collection, the Colegionada. Now, keeping with the Calathea theme, I can't really have a collection with just one. So I got to get a second one to technically make it a collection. So the Calathea Sabrina is the next one that I want to bring in. And this one, although the coloring on it is all green, it's different variations of green, the lime, the darker green, and then the way that the stripes are like forked shaped at the end there really adds just such a unique look to the leaves. And this particular Calathea Sabrina, as I've read, can grow taller too, as opposed to a little bit wider than some of the other Calatheas. So I like that fact in that I have limited space, and you know, I would like it to grow taller as opposed to wider. So number 5, what would my list be without some type of philodendron on there, a monstera to be exact? And I feel like I'm going to be the last one on earth to get one of these, but the Monstera adansonii, they're becoming much more common now. I mean, I've seen individuals buy them at big box stores and Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. So the Monstera adansonii, thankfully, is coming down in price, becoming much more available for YouTubers. And again, I can have it as a trailing plant hanging, or I can put it on a moss pole and have it grow up. So it's quite versatile. And it's just pretty with all the little holes in the leaves there, the fenestration. I just love that. So the number 5 is Monstera adansonii. Okay, continuing on, number 6, I have 2 of these. I want to add more, and I love these because they are so hardy and so easy to take care of. Aglaonemas, and they're just so easy to take care of, such hardy plants. Aglaonema cutlass is the next one that I want to add. It has such a unique shaped leaf on it. It's almost like a sword. It's so long, and the silvery coloring on it with that dark green stripe makes it just so brilliant and beautiful. So I already have the red Siam and the Maria, but I'd love to add the Aglaonema cutlass, one because of the different shape of the leaf and that silvery color to it. You know, adding more color to your collection doesn't necessarily have to be bright. It can be a subtle change, just that like the silver or bluish color. So the Aglaonema cutlass is the next one that I would want to add to my collection. Now, in keeping with the Aglaonema theme, having just said, you know, it doesn't have to be color, number 7, the Aglaonema Edda Rose, and I did not know about this particular Aglaonema until I was looking online and I saw it and I thought, oh, this is so pretty. You can see the pink coloring on it. The leaves come in like a creamy yellow, and then they turn more pink, a softer pink, not very harsh. So it just has a soft, gentle look to it, with the traditional shape of the Aglaonema leaves, but that coloring is, I don't think I have any pink plants in my collections of any plants. So I think the Edda Rose, which is such a pretty name, I think that would be a beautiful name for a little girl, like my first granddaughter, maybe. Kids. Anyways, Edda Rose just is beautiful plant, and true to nature of the aglaonemas or the Chinese evergreens. They're very hardy, very easy to take care of. And it's just going to be a beautiful addition to my houseplants. So number 8, I had to get something taller. And I already have 2 of these. And it is a Ficus bengalensis. If you see me looking down, by the way, it's because I have my computer here so I can remember the exact names. This Ficus bengalensis or Ficus Audrey. Now I feel like this is the redheaded stepchild of the ficus trees because the rubber trees keep getting all the attention. You know, everybody wants a variegated rubber tree or, you know, the burgundy one. But oh my gosh, you guys, you're getting me all tangled up here. But the Ficus Audrey really has a unique look to the leaves with the veining of it. This is what happens when you have dogs. And it's becoming much more available. I saw it at a local nursery, different heights, different, you know, smaller ones, larger ones. And the prices weren't too bad, so it's becoming more available, and I think it's a great alternative to the rubber trees also. So the Ficus Audrey. And did you know that the Ficus Audrey is the official tree of India? I did not know that. Now we do. So that's a very easy tree to grow and makes a great floor plant that will give, you know, some height also. So the Ficus Audrey. Number 9, Pothos Manjula. You know, I have a wonderful pothos, golden pothos that's given me lots of babies and is growing really big behind me up the end hutch here. I have the Enjoy Pothos Cebu Blue. So I thought the Pothos Manjula would be a wonderful addition. And again, it's a variegated leaf. So you know how I love variegation. A lot of people can confuse it with the Marble Queen. But if you notice on the picture, the coloring, the variation is much more blob-like as opposed to speckled on the Marble Queen. And the other way you can tell is that the Manjula leaf itself has a little bit more of a wave to it. Not as straight as some of the other ones. So that's one way you can tell. Now, I have not seen these at any local nurseries or the larger big box stores, but I have seen it quite a bit online. So again, it's one that's becoming much more available and becoming much more reasonably priced. You know, I've seen it online, 4-inch container for $12–15. So it is becoming much more available for us. So the Pothos Manjula is my number 9. Okay, rounding it off, number 10. And initially I did say I wasn't going to have any hard to find plants or rare plants on here, but this one is getting a little bit easier to find. Although the prices are not necessarily coming down to the level that I would like to see them at, or at least that I could afford. I'm hoping that by the end of 2020 that they will be. The Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. Okay, this is, I think, the plant for 2019. Everybody wants it, and it's becoming more available because it's so easy to propagate. I know a local nursery has just propagated a whole bunch, and they're rooted enough now that they're selling them, but you know, they were $75, and that's still a little too much for me. You know, I can't bring myself to spend that much on a plant. So this plant is very easy to grow. Like I said, easy to propagate. It looks so beautiful when it's growing up a totem pole or wood stick or whatever, but it can also, as in the picture, be beautiful as a trailing plant also. So, you know, I know that this is a very popular plant right now, but like I said, maybe by the end of 2020, it will have come down in price, and one that I can add to my philodendron collection. So there you have it, friends. Those are my 10 plants, 10 house plants that I want to get in 2020. It's my realistic wish list, and I really believe that I can achieve it. And I'll take you along in the journey in 2020 and let you know each time that I'm checking off a plant that I've gotten on my wish list. Okay, so if any of these are plants that you already have, please let me know. Let me know how they're doing for you, the care that you're giving them. Was it really hard to take care of them? Because I tried to pick plants that were all fairly easy to take care of. And if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, I'd so appreciate it if you consider that, and also ring that bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Remember that next week I've got the 2020 wish list for my succulents and cacti, and I've got some goodies for that one too. And I think we'll be doing it outside for that one. So thanks so much, friends, for visiting with me today. I appreciate you so much. Have a blessed day.